Places like Richmond appear to be well covered. Cold is right. Winter park is everywhere, and so were the earmuffs. Those who didn't have anything on their heads look like they may have regretted it. Right now, let's take a live picture. Schuylkill Expressway at the turnaround at City Line Avenue. Blinking lights, a lot of traffic coming this way, and very soon, this area to the right will be full of PennDOT salt trucks. That's where they stand by through the night hours as they wait for the thousands of tons of salt they may have to deliver. We're told, by the way, PennDOT has 72,000 tons of salt in stock for the 5-county Pennsylvania, Philadelphia region. Rob?
And now for the very latest on our snow warnings and advisories, Mark, we go live outside to Dave Roberts with the latest from AccuWeather. Dave?
Well, Rob, we're out here with just a few flakes. There's more on the way. Some snow is on the way. Here we go with Action Radar. We show you the big picture now. You see the system. It's coming out of the south there. We talked about this moisture yesterday coming from Oklahoma and Texas, then spreading on up into Kentucky and Tennessee. You can see its progress. We're going to go closer on Action Radar. You see the snow, the white area there. The blue is the mixture of snow and rain. And then, of course, the green is the rain area. See, just edging closer and closer, coming out of the Virginias now. A lot of it moving over our area. The National Weather Service has posted an advisory, a winter advisory, for Chester, Montgomery, Bucks, and Mercer counties, and a winter warning for Philadelphia, Delaware, Camden, all of those other counties to the south listed there. So we got an advisory for winter and a warning for winter. All right. What's going to mean for us? Well, the steady snow, we expect flurry activity up till about 7, 9 o'clock, depending on your location. That's when the steady snow starts. The steady snow starts. 3 S's in a row. Here we go. We're looking for anywhere from 3 to 6 inches down in the Dover area as the storm moves on through from Philadelphia on north and west there, and to the east up toward Trenton, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. So we continue to watch Action Radar. We'll continue to track the storm for you. Again, some light flurries here. You're probably getting some light flurries. Some areas have a little bit of a dusting now, but the steadier snow is to come. We'll continue, as I said, to track the story for you, and the storm too, as snow is on the way. Rob?
Okay, Dave. Well, people were shopping today for those snow-battling weapons. New Jersey correspondent Nora Mushanik's live in Trenton with the goings-on there. Nora?
Hi there, Rob. You know that anytime snow is coming, supermarkets get a little bit crazy. We'll add to that everyone buying food for their holiday dinners, and things are pretty busy here at the Edwards on South Clinton Avenue in Trenton. It's also been busy all day long at hardware stores in our area as everyone gets ready for a white Christmas. The Home Depot in West Windsor was doing a brisk business selling snow shovels today, and people weren't buying just one. Some had several in their carts. The trick is knowing which one to get.
I couldn't decide because there's so many different ones. So he was telling me the best kind maybe to get is the kind you push.
My husband sent me out, told me to get shovels today. We don't have any home.
Some were considering heavy artillery like snowblowers.
We have some shovels, but I have a bad back, and I can't trust that my husband will even be around to do it.
It wasn't just the big chains that were busy either. At Blake's Hardware in Trenton, they've got every snow-related item you can imagine in stock, and it's all moving.
It's supposed to snow tonight. I have to get out early tomorrow morning for a doctor's appointment. I want my steps clean.
As soon as it got cold, we've gotten a lot of calls about snow shovels, and we've sold probably a couple of dozen already this morning, and it hasn't even snowed yet.
All the more reason the Edwards supermarket on South Clinton Avenue was jammed. Food shoppers are dealing with the double whammy of an impending snowstorm and cooking for Christmas.
We want to stay in the house and enjoy the holidays.
So you're buying everything today before the snow?
Beat the crowd.
Are you shopping for the holiday, for the snow?
A little bit of both, because when I heard the snow was coming, I figured I better get out here right after work.
I'm just shopping for Christmas.
You didn't even know about this?
No, in fact, I think I might go to the fish market today instead of tomorrow.
And that's because she wants to avoid driving in the snow tomorrow. So lots of folks here tonight with cooking and cleaning on their minds, cooking those Christmas dinners and getting the food all ready and cleaning up the snow that we're expecting. That's the latest from here. I'm Nora Mushanik reporting live on the Action Cam from Trenton. Now back to you.
Thank you, Nora. Now from California to New England, people are feeling this chill. In Dallas, Texas, they were slip sliding on the so-called black ice. And this Good Samaritan fell trying to push a car stuck on the icy road. Motorists were spinning their wheels, but the vehicles seemed to have a mind of their own. Meanwhile, they had to de-ice these planes at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Many holiday travelers stranded following cancellations today. It's blizzard-like conditions and slow going in parts of New York, like here in Buffalo. However, some folks here don't seem to mind the snow at all. Many are used to these chilly temperatures. Frozen pipes are the order of the day, and California busted pipes at this brand new church have members scrambling to get the house of worship back in shape in time for Christmas Eve services.
And that's our weather coverage up to the moment. Now, of course, Dave Roberts will be back later with an update from AccuWeather, and at 5:30, more on PennDOT preparations for our impending first snow, plus some tips on driving on icy roads in case you forgot. At 6 o'clock, tips on winterizing your car and your water pipes, and we'll show you how they're gearing up for snow at the Jersey Shore. Also, stay with Action News for complete snow coverage as this storm approaches. We'll have the latest forecast tonight on Action News at 11 with expanded coverage beginning tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. right here on Action News. And now on to other news. The case of a missing mother and 2 children has been solved and everybody is safe. But police say that 38-year-old Julie Hughes still could face charges. Hughes and her sons, 11-year-old Shane and 8-year-old Adam, were found this morning at a motel in Plainfield Township near Allentown. A motorist apparently spotted Hughes' van in the parking lot of a travel inn. Authorities are expected to bring all 3 back to this area later tonight. Hughes and the children disappeared from her brother's Northeast Philadelphia home on Monday. The brother notified police Monday night after he found a 2-page note in which Hughes apparently threatened to kill herself and the children. No charges have been filed, but officials say they are still investigating this case.
Delaware State Police are trying to catch the crooks who have been breaking into churches. Limestone Presbyterian in Pike Creek is one of 11 churches that have been broken into since June. Several of the churches have been hit more than once. The thieves have stolen around $1,500 and damaged church offices, sometimes with a sledgehammer. State police want to hear from anybody who spots suspicious people hanging around the outside of churches.
From Frederica, Delaware, comes word that the mayor has been arrested. It seems that every morning for 2 years, a copy of a local newspaper disappeared from the bundle in front of a local store. Well, then a passerby told police he saw Mayor Ira Glandon steal a paper. So police staked out the place and alleged they saw the mayor steal a paper on 4 separate occasions. He was arrested, released without bail, pending further court action. By the way, Mr. Glandon is not only mayor, he is the town police commissioner in Frederica, Delaware. And that is the latest from Frederica. Rob?
Mark, Philadelphia firefighters are continuing their efforts to bring holiday meals to those who need them. Fire Commissioner Hairston helped members of the Engine 2 and Ladder 3 companies hand out food baskets today. This is the Norris Square Civic Association in North Philadelphia. The holiday baskets were donated by local business owners and by firefighters. And the Salvation Army sponsored this holiday donation parade in Norristown. Salvation Army band members provided some holiday music as volunteers from Montgomery County law enforcement offloaded box after box of food and toys and clothing for underprivileged families. Montgomery County Congressman John Fox was there to lend a hand for this major holiday effort at the Salvation Army headquarters in Norristown.
Well, now as Christmas shopping gets down to crunch time, some procrastinators are finding out the shelves are empty. Lisa Quintana reports from Hamilton Township, New Jersey.
Christmas toy shoppers are feeling the crunch. Many of the popular toys are sold out.
I've kind of waited too long and a lot of the good toys are gone already.
So what do you do?
I don't know. I have to get back to the list again. Keep looking for more stuff.
The computers right here, do you have any more in the back by any chance? I can have somebody check for you.
There's not enough dolls to fill the Barbie section at Hamilton Township's Target. So store executives are filling the gaps with larger toys.
Whatever we can do to satisfy our guests, we're doing. We're either, sending emails out to our buyers to get more merchandise, getting merchandise from other stores who aren't selling it as much.
Radio control cars are another big hit. As for Furbies, those and many other interactive toys are long gone.
So what's a shopper to do? Well, some store owners say everything old can be new again to your child.
By moving the cars back and forth, you have to get the red car out. So it's kind of a puzzle. It's very interesting.
Tom Shields of the Toy Workshop says sometimes the best toys are the simplest toys.
Our blues, they don't do anything. The kids have to interact with them on a one-to-one basis with their imagination, their creativity. And, that's why we feel that it's a much more interactive toy.
Traditional toys may be popular with parents, but this little one hopes Santa is more high-tech.
Computer and video games.
Why?
Well, they're more fun than playing board games.
Still, board games are selling fast, too. Apparently, many feel better to have something under the tree, even if it isn't at the top of their child's wish list. Lisa Quintana, Channel 6 Action News.
And up next, hey, where's Rudolph?
So take advantage of this limited time 25% savings offer by subscribing today for just 57 cents a day. Call now, 800-942-3600. That's 800-942-3600 for the Wall Street Journal. Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
And the sleet picking up once again. We've now got moderate sleet here in Nashville. What does that mean on the roads? I will let you know in just a few moments. Stay tuned.
Good evening and welcome to this edition of Weather Center. I'm Lisa Moser. As holiday travelers hit the road, we are running into problems with icing all across the South. A major winter storm is affecting places from Texas to the Carolinas. And by tomorrow, many of us in the Northeast could be seeing snow from the same system. Dennis Smith is in the forecast center and has the latest details. Dennis?
Thank you, Lisa. As we focus in on the storm that's marching across the deep south, a lot of cold air in place, and it's not going to be budging. Moisture will continue to be involved with this system, and we'll give you all the gory details on what will come out of this over the next 24 to 36 hours. The cold air, as I pointed out, is well entrenched right now, still lining up and pushing all the way back down into central and southern Florida. The front and right behind it, we're reporting a lot of freezing drizzle and sleet impacting a lot of roadways anywhere from Texas to the Carolinas. The numbers prove where that freezing precipitation continues to fall just south of Raleigh-Durham, north of Birmingham, and taken all the way down around San Antonio. Seems to be just about where the freezing line is right now. Everything north of that is where we're reporting the liquid changing over to freezing precipitation. Interstates impacted, and they are a lot of them. You consider the secondary roads, and you've added on quite a bit of roadway. Interstate 20, Texas, Louisiana, over to around Jackson. Interstate 40, all the way from areas of Arkansas, streaming all the way up into sections of Tennessee. Interstates 55 out of Jackson, 65 out of Birmingham, 75 north of Atlanta. It's a real mess out there tonight and will continue to be a problem. In fact, one area that's had a lot of treacherous travel is in Memphis, Tennessee, where they have had freezing drizzle and sleet all day long. Temperatures have remained in the middle 20s. Expect this icing to continue. There is officially an ice storm warning and a winter storm watch posted for the area as more of the light, even though it is light, precipitation will continue to be a factor in that neck of the woods. Let's take you up Interstate 40 to Nashville, Tennessee to find out the very latest. Jim Cantori was reporting how the sleet has increased. How has that done for the roadways, Jim?
Well, Dennis, we've noticed on Interstate 40 heading toward the city of Nashville. Look at those taillights. They are just crawling along tonight. Very, very slow moving into the city. And even the headlights, which is the traffic which is heading eastbound on Interstate 40. Again, very, very slow. This little moderate burst that we've had of sleet has done nothing but coat the roads with more sleet. Some big problems here tonight. A lot of the events and a lot of the extracurricular activities pretty much canceled in the city. Now, I've picked up a piece of this sleet and freezing rain cake, if you will, that's fallen on the roads today. And what you don't see here is how the car tires have compressed the sleet pellets down and made basically a glue, if you will, to the roads. And even the salt and the scrapers that are on the plows are having a very, very difficult time of getting this off the roads. And I'll be honest with you, Dennis, they could just be out here all night. They're not going to be able to do it. So, folks, I can hear some sirens behind me. More than likely, there are some accidents happening again tonight as a result of this moderate burst of sleet we're having. If you don't have to go out, it's going to be a long night for you. If you are going to go out and you're going to take a chance on this, you've got to make sure the car is completely winterized. You got full tank of gas, because what normally may take you an hour could take as much as 3 hours, if not even longer. So, folks, be careful. We want you to have a safe holiday, and we want you to get to your destination just as much as you want to get there. We'll keep you posted here from Nashville. Right now, let's throw it back to Dennis.
Thank you, Jim. Keeping us posted, an update on what's going on around the Nashville, Tennessee area for the slick and unfortunately icy conditions that continue in that general vicinity. Again, we'll scan the temperatures across the country, let you know we've got some bone-chilling cold temperatures that continue to dominate the southern states, where we're talking about some 30s in that general area. Wind chills are brutally cold as well and will continue to be a factor through tonight. So make sure if you do have some holiday shopping, holiday traveling anywhere across the country, anticipate some more nasty weather and cold weather to go on. Now here's our scenario. We got freezing drizzle that will continue across the deep south, including Nashville, south of Little Rock, Shreveport, around the Dallas area, expanding up to Knoxville, Chattanooga, Roanoke, Winston-Salem. They'll all be reporting freezing drizzle, it appears, so anticipate some icy conditions. If you don't have to be out on the roadways, please do not. It is just treacherous stuff. By Thursday morning, we're expecting the snow all the way up approaching New York City. In fact, our metro forecast would talk about a couple of inches Thursday in New York City. Maybe Philly could end up as much as 3 to 5, especially the western side of D.C. about 2 to 4. I think in town maybe about 1 to 2. Richmond, some sleet with light accumulation. Atlanta, Birmingham, mainly rain. I think the northern burbs of Birmingham will find a little freezing drizzle. Nashville, Chattanooga, Memphis, still in the icy stuff. It will not be a pretty picture for any holiday traveling. If you can make some adjustments in your travel plans over the next 24 hours, I would suggest do that. Get there safely. Please drive carefully. Have a winter gear in the back of the car if you need it, alongside with those presents. You may need some extra blankets as well, just in case. So drive safely. We'll keep you informed of what's going on for your wintry travel across the southeast. You can always check into our website as well to get the very latest information on weather.com. That's another good, excellent source to check out the very latest on the weather changes. To find out what's happening elsewhere across the country, once again, Lisa Moser in our anchor studio.
Thank you. Dennis will be back again at the top and the bottom of the hour with more detailed information on the situation for the southeast. A little further to the north, we have cold air that's been in place for about 4 or 5 days now. We have a westerly wind coming in across Lake Ontario, Lake Michigan, Lake Superior as well. And normally when we think about lake effect snow, we're looking for a northwesterly wind. But it's been so cold the past few days that even with this wind coming out of the west, we're seeing lake effect snow in Traverse City and Grayling, up around Marquette, Sault Ste. Marie, even Watertown, New York, seeing lake effect snow with a westerly wind. It gives you the idea that, hey, it is really Arctic cold, doesn't it? Because normally when we have that northwesterly wind coming in across the lake, it's got a long way to go to pick up that moisture. Not so with that westerly wind, kind of a short distance across the lake, but it's so cold that it's picking up whatever moisture is there, dumping it right along the northern quadrant of Michigan. If you're doing some traveling along Interstate 75, it's going to be snowing much of the day. Look for a couple of inches to accumulate. A lot of the snow will be blowing around as well. The winds haven't been too bad around Chicago. We do have cloudy skies. We are looking at cloudy skies across Boston. We're looking at cloudy skies across the New York area. But the wind, at least, hasn't been too terribly bad, and that's certainly a factor when we start talking about the temperatures and the wind chill. Right now in Chicago, it's 23 degrees. In New York, it's 28, 25 in Boston. The coldest area, of course, up around that Canadian border where the temperatures have been feeling like they're in the double digits below zero. We started talking about temperatures below zero, and of course, this is that time of the year where you have to take extra precaution if you're doing some traveling along Interstate 90, 94. This is nothing to play with. This is a serious scenario. When you start seeing wind chills this cold, it's dangerous to be outside for a long period of time. Right now in Bismarck, it feels like minus 23. The warm spot of the country ahead of that frontal boundary across the Florida area where the temperatures are currently in the 70s, and it feels like such. So a good point here. Looking at our forecast map, we continue to be plagued with this freezing rain and also the